Good morning! Yay! Monday morning, back here already, back with my best friend, the Fat Man. And I don't think I'm alone this morning in celebrating with the parents of particularly Victoria, but also around the country, that school is back. I feel like it's worth a little happy dance or something like that. So my kids thrive on routine. God, where would they have got that from? And being back at school, whilst you don't get to play football all day, as my son constantly reminds me, he does thrive being in that routine and having that predictable next step. So he's a happy little camper. I am a happy little camper. Order has been restored. And I can get back to business. Yay! Part of me feels like a bad mum for saying all that, and part of me thinks, so excited to be back on track and to have the kids happily in somebody else's care, and now is the time for me. Which is a nice little segue into today's topic, or today's Q&A, as Marie Forleo would say, because, you know, her and I, we're tight. So today I wanted to explain to you what I've been up to. I've been hinting, like no man's business, over the last couple of weeks that there's big news coming in the land of ESS HQ. Hey Claire, yay, you're here. And I have been working away like a crazy person, as has my team, yay for them, in helping me to elevate my business, which I wanted to explain to you because it's been a big journey of self-discovery for me, and well and truly pushed me out of my comfort zone, which, you know, I always go on about how important that is, but when you're actually in the moment proactively pushing yourself out of that comfort zone, it's pretty freaking scary. So I wanted to talk to you today about my new branding, yay, which is up and running. Just pushed the live button in the last couple of hours. So you can go over to emilyspicer-stuart.com now, and I am proudly encouraging you to go over and have a look at my website, and you'll start seeing things funnel through on my social media pages today. And the reason why I put the emphasis on proudly is the main reason why I took the jump and took the leap from a financial perspective, and also from a time and an effort and a sense of self, I guess. I put myself out there and I made the decision, with a few little nudges along the way from some very special people, thank you, to update my branding and really elevate my business and start playing big, or start playing a bigger game anyway. I was very, very comfortable in my business for the first couple of years. I was in full control. I knew exactly what I was doing and when I was going to do it. And I had enough of the pieces in place for me to feel like, you know, I had those proof points, or I had enough in place for people to come to my business, see my social media pages and go, oh yeah, tick, tick, we'll have a conversation. She seems to roughly know what she's talking about. But I was, on the inside and behind the scenes, I was playing really small. And I think when it comes to branding and how you position yourself as a business and how you proactively put yourself out there into the big wide world, there's a lot of debate and a lot of conjecture about how much money you need to spend and how much emphasis or attention you should put on that side of your business. And there's lots of business coaches out there who are playing small. Good on them. Good luck to you. But there are also some who are continually elevating their game and continually getting, you know, to the next step and bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's the journey and that's the progression that I want to see in my business. And hence, I've taken the first step of going from A to B, as I talk about. I'm not talking about jumping from A to Z. I've taken that first step to playing a bigger game. And that's something that I want to continue to do as the months roll by, I guess. And it's important for me from a confidence perspective, but also from a business perspective, that I really am putting the best version of myself out there for you as my community and my, you know, absolute diehard fans. And I adore you for that. I want to put the best version of myself out there, and I want to be the best version of myself. And that's why I made the decision to rebrand. I loved my old logo and I loved my old brand colours, and they were doing a good enough job. But it wasn't until somebody suggested, well, why don't you know, evolve that or progress that? And I was like, no, it's working, it's fine. And, you know, and I had a few people kind of go, oh, have you got a website? And I was like, no. Don't look at my website. My website's awful. And for anybody that has been to my website in the last 12 months, I feel like you deserve an apology, because my website has been fairly average, to be honest. Oh, actually, that's a really big compliment. My website has been atrocious. I whacked it together a few years ago, and again, it was just there as a proof point, bare minimum. Yeah, look and feel was wrong, content was wrong, imagery was wrong. Hence, when anybody said, have you got a website? I was like, no, don't bother with that. Go and have a look at my social media, because that's where I was placing my emphasis on my attention. And it was when I realized that I was like, oh God, I'm not even proud of myself. I'm not proud of my business. I don't want people to come and consume my content. I don't want people to check out my blog because it's ugly and blah, 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 blah. That's when I knew I had to make a change. And it's not, I'm not repositioning myself to become, you know, a priest or a doctor or somebody completely different. It's just a natural evolution and helping me step up and play a bigger game. And I want to elevate myself, my business. I want the perception of my business to be that, you know, I'm confident, I'm professional, I know my shit, and it's bloody fun to be working with Emily Spicer-Stuart. And if you have that perception of me, yay! And if you don't, we should talk. I need to do a better job. And that's part of what my announcement is today. So we do have heaps coming out at you in the next, God, from now onwards, basically. I've been working on new programs. I've got nearly a full one-on-one client book at the moment, which is awesome. I'm working with some of the most amazing people, and going through the process of updating my website, I was able to source testimonials from a lot of my existing clients, which you can now check out on my website because it's awesome. And just hearing feedback from my clients was enough of a humbling experience. Oh, bless Claire, you're too kind, too kind. It was such an amazing experience to get those testimonials from my clients and realize that I am doing a freaking awesome job. And I don't say that to be arrogant or to be like, yeah, man, I'm the shit or anything like that. It's just, I think it's important for all of us to sometimes take stock and acknowledge the good stuff that we're doing and to get off the treadmill, because we get stuck in that treadmill of got to keep going, got to get going, never finished. And that's one of the biggest challenges in my business is that it's never done. I've never finished the job. Every time I close the laptop, I'm like, oh, I should have done this and I didn't get to that and there's still this on my to-do list. You're never finished. Never. Sorry, Peter Pan and Never Land. But the importance of it taking, kind of drawing a line in the sand and going, okay, as of this moment, I am celebrating what I have been able to achieve. And that's part of what this is all about for me. My new look and feel is an evolution from where I was, you know, literally yesterday, or where I've been when I first launched my business. And I really want to celebrate all the amazing things that I've been able to achieve. I have some of the most amazing clients on my list. They're the kind of clients that I was like, oh my God, imagine if I got to work with, you know, Tinter Crayons or Lucy at Baby Berry. Like, that would be amazing. But oh, no, they would never want to work with me. And, you know, here I am a couple of years later. I've proactively contacted a lot of those businesses, and now we're doing freaking amazing things with them. The other important learning for me throughout this process has been the whole thinking that done is better than perfect, which for a perfectionist or a recovering perfectionist like myself has been a really uncomfortable process. So even today, shock horror, there are things on my website, my new website, that I'm madly in love with, that are not perfect. They're not completely finished. Now, you can go through there with a fine-tooth comb, and I know who you are, and I know that you will. I'll get those little emails, spelling mistake here, and left a line here, and all the rest of it. Thank you. I appreciate that. But done is better than perfect, and that really has been a really big motto for me over the last 12 months. I was getting very little done 12 months ago because I was too scared to put something out there that wasn't 1,000 and million% finished. And it's not about being perfect. Like, that's really where it's at. And all the content and all the things that I've done in the last 12 months have never been perfect, because that's not something that I strive for. And it's not something that's achievable or attainable. And I felt like I was constantly falling short. So my motto for 2017 was all about done is better than perfect. And that's what this rebranding is all about. So when you go and have a look at my website, hopefully you won't see any glaring spelling mistakes in the headers or anything ridiculous like that. But there might be a few glitches, and that is totally okay. For any of us in any of our businesses, there will be things. I saw a funny post yesterday which had, some like ridiculous numbers on it because somebody had spelt a word incorrectly. Completely missed the point of what the person or the content of the topic was. It was just spelling mistake, spelling mistake, spelling mistake, spelling mistake. And I commented. I was one of the only people that commented on that post to say, awesome job. Like, love what you're saying. Great work. Because done is better than perfect. And as a recovering perfectionist, every time I say that, I'm like, recovering perfectionist? No, alcoholic. No, perfectionist. I'm not a recovering alcoholic, by the way. It just is the expression that makes me think of that. Anyway, done is better than perfect. And you'll see me testing and learning things over the next couple of months. There are some things that are not going to work, and that's totally fine. There are some things that are going to work really well, and I'm really looking forward to experiencing the learnings and having that success as well. But if I was waiting for that perfect moment, the perfect moment to launch, or the perfect time, with the perfect budget, with the perfect branding and all the rest of it, I would never be putting myself out there with new branding and with new purpose. So I want a little reminder for all of us that done is absolutely better than perfect, and just get yourself out there and just put yourself out there in a way that you're proud of and that makes you feel energized and excited. And yeah, there'll be mistakes, and you will have mistakes along the way, and that is totally okay. So this whole process is making me feel excited would be the number one emotion, or the little emoji that I would choose right now. I'm so pumped, and I wish I could just sit here and verbal diarrhea all the amazing things that are coming your way in the next couple of weeks. But I encourage you to visit my social pages over the next, or from today, because you'll start to see more and more and more of what we've got coming out. But I'm also feeling a little bit uncomfortable about it, because I am absolutely stepping up. I'm playing a much bigger game, and that's a little bit uncomfortable. And I'm basically, I'm putting up my prices, and I'm elevating my business to play in a much bigger arena with those big name coaches. And I'm leaving the rest behind. And I'm proactively making the decision to do that. It's not that I'm being forced to do that, or that I'm stumbling my way through life. I have drawn a line in the sand and gone, as of today, I am playing a bigger game. And that's uber exciting, but also makes you feel a bit uncomfortable. And, as the saying goes, uncomfortable is where the magic happens. So bring on some magic. I'm waiting for the magic to hit me or to come. But, again, for all of us, it's about getting uncomfortable. And part of that being uncomfortable is that done is better than perfect. It's not going to be absolutely perfect. And there are things that we're going to launch and that we're going to talk about in the next couple of weeks that might fall flat, or that you might not love, or that, might not work. We might have technology glitches, whatever it might be. But that process, and when you see that happening, it's just a reminder for all of us, and particularly a reminder for you, that I'm human as well, and I am just a small business owner trying to manage and trying to build my own small business, just like you are. So from a relatable perspective, I totally understand the challenges that you're experiencing, and I totally understand where you're at and how uncomfortable some of these things make us, because I'm going through exactly the same thing. And yes, it's not exactly the same because I'm a business coach and you're a business owner, or whatever it might be. But at the end of the day, I want to do more, I want to be better, and I want to make more money. And 100% of the clients that I speak to are exactly the same. So we are all on the same journey, and we're all experiencing the same things. And getting a little bit uncomfortable in that process is not a bad thing. And it's something that I'm actually starting to enjoy more and more, as totally random and bizarre as it is to say that. But done is better than perfect has been huge for me, and a really big one for me to embrace and take ownership of. And now that I'm stepping up to play a bigger game and to position myself into to the next kind of arena, I guess, or the next division, I'm super, super excited and freaking uncomfortable at the same time doing so. But I'm still doing it, and I'm still pushing, and I'm still putting myself out there to do that. So that's making me feel really proud of the effort and what I'm doing. But it's also pushing and progressing my business forward. So I hope some of those ramblings on a crazy Monday morning, I think at the end of the day, I'm just really excited that my children are back at school, but can help you as well. Because I want you to all kind of walk away going, done is better than perfect, and being uncomfortable can be a really good thing in your business. And my new branding, go and check it out, emilyspicerstuart.com, is is awesome. Like, it's beautiful. I feel like it really connects with who I am and how I want to position my business. The tonality and the tone in those pages on the website is so different to where I was, which is probably more corporate and formal, which is obviously my existing background, or my historical background. And now I feel like I've really found myself, and I'm confidently putting myself out there. So I would love any of your feedback. The good, the bad, and the ugly is what I always say. Hopefully more good than ugly, but that's how I'm going to learn, and that's how I'm going to progress and further, elevate my business over the next 6, 12, 18 months is feedback from you guys. What's working, what don't you like, what would you love to see more of, and all that sort of stuff. So my team have been freaking awesome through this process, and I can't thank them enough. I still have to work out how I'm going to thank them properly, to be honest, but huge hats off to you, and you know who you are. But I hope this helps you in some way, shape or form, probably more subtle today than what it normally would be. But yeah, it's a really, really exciting time for my business, and yeah, I'm just so freaking excited and pumped to get into it and to start moving some of this stuff forward. So keep checking my social pages over the next couple of days. There's some really, really big stuff coming to play. And I'm really looking forward to bringing it to you guys and to hearing your feedback on it as well. So I'm quite busy this week. I've got heaps of client meetings this week and lots going on, but I'd love to hear from you. So if there's anything that you want me to include in these Facebook Lives, please shout out and let me know the content that would help you. And yeah, go over and check out the website, and I'd love to see, I probably won't see it, I would love to hear what you think about the new look and feel of ESS HQ. And have an awesome week. School is back. Woohoo! How the times have changed. I used to dread these days when I was a kid, and now being a parent, I have an uber productive day planned today. I've got some really cute stuff planned for Instagram stories as well, so jump over and say hello on Insta stories. I've been getting really good feedback on my Insta stories. It's such a fun little platform that I love playing with. A really good insight into my shopping addiction, but outside of that, lots of hints and tips, behind the scenes, gives you a pretty good feel for who I am. So if you are sitting there behind your little computer thinking, hey, maybe I do want to work with Emily, but you're not quite sure, that's totally fine. If you're not ready to send me an email yet and have a conversation, that's also totally fine. But have a really good look at my social media pages over the next week, and you'll get an unbelievable sense for who I am. The website gives you a great understanding, and this live probably gives you a really good understanding, and there's quite a few videos down below as well. I've been doing these for weekly for quite a while now. But I just want us all to be having an awesome time in our business and to be having heaps of fun kicking those goals, which is not to say it's always fun and hunky-dory parties, but if you've got a strategic plan in place and you've got someone to hold your hand, that'd be me, you're kind of, more than halfway there of pulling all those pieces together. So, happy Monday. Yes, for Monday. Have an awesome week. Hope you've had a great morning so far, and I will chat to you soon.